Today's art project is inspired by artist Bisa Butler. Bisa is a contemporary textile artist. That means she works with fabric. Bisa designs large-scale quilts. On the quilts are different pictures of people. An image of a person is called a portrait. Bisa looks off of a photograph to design a very detailed drawing first. She says that drawing takes longer than sewing. She takes the pieces of the drawing and then stitches them together into a very large quilt. The result is an amazing image that looks more like a painting than a piece of fabric. This quilt hangs in the Toledo Museum of Art, and it is a portrait of Frederick Douglass. Let's look closely at Bisa's artwork to appreciate many of the design elements we can see. The first thing you may notice is a very beautiful use of color. In Bisa's art, she divides the face into warm and cool colors. This way she can show highlights and shadows to make the faces look really realistic. The colors don't look very realistic, but what the colors are doing to describe the forms and shapes of the face make them look realistic. This portrait has a lot of cool tones on the figure in the center. You can see the highlights are made with a green color, but all of the shadows are in blue. The other portraits are made with warm tones. Let's try to look at different repeating shapes and pattern too. The textiles Bisa works with are often traditional African style textiles. That means there are special, meaningful patterns already on them. The result is a really energetic use of pattern. Let's take a moment to just appreciate the different colors and the beautiful patterns we can see in Bisa's art. Today's project has many of the design elements we just looked at, like warm and cool colors, line, shape, and pattern, and shapes that we can piece together. Please pause the video at any time during this instruction. It was kind of long, so sometimes I had to speed up my hands on fast forward. It's important that you distinguish from warm and cool colors. These visuals can help you select color choices. You'll need a large 9x9 paper, two smaller 4.5 by 4.5 papers, these should be white, and then your choice of anything you would like to color with. It's also helpful to have a scrap paper heart shape that you can trace later. In this video, I'll first show using crayon with watercolor. After that, I'll show another way, which is with crayon and marker. But at any time, these drawings can look totally different. As I began my drawing with crayon, I just pretended I was making stitches. I made wiggly lines that went up and down. It's important to use warm colors on one of your pieces of paper. Warm colors are pink, red, orange, yellows. These colors might make you think of heat, fire, or the sun. I can't wait to see what designs you come up with if you're using watercolor and crayon too. Okay, now it's time to use cool colors to fill our second paper. I made lines first with a white crayon, and then I filled it in with cool colors. Cool colors are colors that literally might make you think of things that are cold. The earth, water, or the air. So, purples, blues, turquoise, greens, these are all cool colors. I can't wait to see what designs you think of. Now I'm showing the same thing as before, but this time I'm just using marker and crayon. Again, the first paper is made with all warm colors. The second paper is made with all cool colors. In the next part of the video, I'll show you how we trace the heart, cut, create more pieces, and then glue them all together in layers. It's helpful to take a third scrap paper to cut a heart from that you can later trace onto your cool and warm color drawings. I folded the paper in half, and then at the edge where the fold was closed, I started drawing half of a heart. When I open it, the other half will be on the other side. It's kind of like a rounded line, like a rainbow, and then a diagonal line. It's important that when you cut, your scissors are not on the open end or you'll have two pieces. Notice that my scissors are where it is closed, near the middle there. After you cut your heart, it should have a fold directly down the middle and both sides will look the same. There's my scrap, and when I open it, it's the same. Okay, now it's time to trace the heart onto the back. I noticed it was a little too big, so I trimmed it down smaller. We want to have a frame around the heart so that there's some space. The back of mine was kind of a mistake, so that's why there's all those lines there. But you can see I'm just tracing it, and I'm going all the way around the heart. And now I'll do that on the other side. Once you've traced the heart on both pieces, simply cut by putting your scissors going towards the heart and then go all the way around. If you've done this correctly, you should only have two pieces after making the first heart cutout. See, I have the actual heart, and then I have a piece that looks like a frame. I started my scissors straight up and down under the heart, but I wish I went diagonally. It worked a little better. So just cut diagonally towards the heart and just go all the way around. Make sure you only have two pieces. When you're done, you'll have four all together. There's my four pieces, but now we're going to cut each in half. Just one cut up and down through the middle. This is a vertical cut from the bottom to the top. And then you'll cut the frames too. The bottom of the frame is already cut, so it only needs one little snip at the top. And then I can switch out the pieces so that each shape is made with one side that is warm and one side that is cool. Now it's time to arrange our hearts. You should have 8 shapes if you've done this correctly. First, take the frames and place them in any corner, and then the second set of frames are in the opposite corner diagonally. The heart shapes are also opposite to each other diagonally. When you glue, try to carefully make sure your pieces are glued flat. Use just the right amount of glue, not too much, not too little. You're really good at gluing, so I know that you'll be careful with this step. To finish up your drawing, add more designs. You can use any colors you want on the empty spots of the hearts and the empty spots of the frames around them. I hope you enjoyed this fun project, and I really hope you enjoyed looking at Bisa Butler's artwork. I was really inspired by the use of pattern, shape, and beautiful color. The end of this video shows how to put the hearts together one more time in case you need to see a review.